A wonderful, warm welcome here from App House in Heidelberg. It is so exciting for me being back here on Tackett stage and talking about the brand new ABAP, Explore Joule's ABAP developer capabilities. So boost your coding efficiency. And it's so exciting talking about those brand new capabilities. My name is Yasmin, and together I'm with Sebastian.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Sebastian. I'm so excited to be here today. But maybe before we start, just a small comment. So we are not the only ones in front of the camera, so there is a whole team working and supporting us behind the scenes. So big thanks to our moderator, Carl, Ralph, and Yuna, and of course the tech team for this really cool setup that they prepared for us.
Yeah, huge team, right?
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, and with that, feel free to interact with us using the Q&A tool, and we are really looking forward for your comments and questions. I think we are ready to start, right?
Yeah. So we will be talking today about Joule's ABAP developer capabilities, and it's all about developer efficiency boosting. But before we talk about developer efficiency, I would like to take you a quick step back and talk about efficiency boosting. So what does that mean in private life? So when I prepared for the session, the first thing that came to my mind, have you ever tried to get a bowl of whipped cream done with a whisker?
Here, like this one. All right.
Well, I tried it once and I absolutely failed. I talked to colleagues and they say they typically do it with a whisker, but my lifesaver in that situation was a mixer. And that is because I was not into the process of getting the whipped cream done. I was about the whipped cream at the end. So that really boosted my efficiency. Having said that, we don't want to talk about whipped cream all the time, right? So we would like to focus on ABAP developers because there's a huge community of around about 5 million ABAP developers all around the globe that we aspire to improve their and boosting their developer efficiency by means of generative AI. And before we dive into that, let's get one step back talking about ABAP and AI, generative AI. And before we dive into that, let's go to the map. So where is ABAP actually?
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see here, we have the overall picture of SAP Build. Maybe you have already seen it in today's opening keynote, but if not, I think we have some exciting news because now ABAP Cloud is joining the SAP Build family as part of the Pro Code offering. So, but this is just the beginning of the journey to bring ABAP and non-ABAP worlds together. But with that, let's continue and let's deep dive in AI in ABAP. So here we have the three main pillars. Empower, because we want to empower you to infuse AI in your ABAP applications and services. We have Transform, so we want to guide you in your journey to transform from classic ABAP to ABAP Cloud. And finally, our goal is to accelerate your development process by supporting you in everyday tasks. And that is our focus today, right? Yeah. Accelerate, where Joule ABAP developer capability comes into play. And the rest will be covered tomorrow in the Tech Session AI 104, right?
Right.
By our colleagues Jens and Selma. So it will be very interesting. We highly recommend it, of course. And yeah.
So they will talk about Empower and Transform as well. We will, as Sebastian just said, focus on Accelerate. So that is Accelerate, as you can imagine, that is boosting your developer efficiency. So you might now ask, hey, come on, there are already tools out there. Why can't that be used for ABAP developers? I mean, where's the clue? I mean, there's something like GitHub Copilot or something alike out there. Just use it. Well, I will give you two reasons out of many. I will give you two reasons why it's a bit different in ABAP. The first one, very technical. I mean, typically an ABAP developer is using the flagship IDE, which is the ABAP development tools in Eclipse. And actually, me as a developer, I don't want to have a tool break. I don't want to step out of my integrated development environment for doing AI assistancy, right? So I would like to have assistancy there where I am, which is in ABAP development tools. Well, that is a technical reason. Another reason, and that is more important. when we talk about generative AI or AI in general, yes, typically we talk about large language models. And those language models, they can only support you if they were trained on specific things. And typically, the large language models out there, they did not have access to the high quality data that we need in order to support ABAP developers in their everyday task, in doing coding, and really have the good ABAP coding in there while they were trained. And why is that? That's because the ABAP coding is typically IP protected, being at customer side or partner side. So this is a drawback, let's say it like that, but it's also a challenge for us because we own the language and we have that coding. So we can really fine-tune models, do prompt engineering and so on and so forth to get the support to the developers. And that's exactly what we aspire. We would like to improve the developer efficiency and the developer satisfaction of the 5 million ABAP developers all around the globe using Joule's ABAP developer capabilities. I could now go and say, come on, here is the slide, giving you all the examples, giving you a bullet point list. I would not like to do that. I would like to take you on a journey with me. So here it comes. Imagine the following situation. You are a developer. I'm not sure whether all of you are developers. There might be managers of developers, CEOs actually, salesperson, all all the palette is there, right? But I think we can imagine ourselves being developers, or at least developers at heart. So imagine the following situation, and that's pretty typical for a developer.
Yes.
It is in the middle of the night. I'm burning the midnight oil while using the sweet spot hours. Why? Because nobody's distracting me with calls, nobody's distracting me on Teams or with a phone call. I'm highly productive. I'm hacking coding in there. I'm really finalizing my implementation, maybe a POC whatsoever. And I'm highly productive until the moment where I'm stopped. I'm stopped by the situation where I'm lacking some knowledge. What would you typically do? I mean, you go on Google it, and now you try to find somebody on Teams that you might distract, then you're on your own, but maybe there is nobody. How relieving would it feel if you could just ask an AI who is there, or which is there actually, at any point in time, even in the middle of the night. And what if you can get profound answers from this AI assistant? And that one is not taking away my job. Otherwise, I could lay down and fall asleep and it's doing my job. No, it's actually not going to be like that. It's like a pair programmer, like a colleague, sitting next to me and helping me out in the middle of the night. So let's be that developer.
Yeah, let's jump into that demo, right? So it's not about this, but it's about that, right? So exactly. I really love the color, by the way. So let's go. So here is what we are working with. So we have got an ABAP class that's supposed to validate an email address. So we have two methods. One checks if the email format looks right, and the other one validates if the domain is valid. So, but you know, it's the middle of the night, and we're kind of tired. I'm seeing here a regular expression, and you know, regular expression can either solve your problems or create new ones. So so I'm gonna bring another pair of eyes, I would say, and ask Joule to break this down for us. So I'm gonna select this method. Oh, sorry, I'm getting used to the mouse here. So I'm gonna ask Joule to explain this method to me. And here we go. So here we're asking Joule, okay, Joule, what is this method doing? And so here Joule replies, okay, so here the ABAP code snippet is a method called validate email format, okay, all right, technical explanation, the Boolean variable value is initialized at false, all right. Find PCRE command search for matches on a regular expression pattern. Okay, I didn't use before this command, so I learned something new today, I think. Okay, I'm happy with that, I think. Okay, So let's check the second one. So I'm gonna read it. Okay, here we can see that the email is split in the local and domain part. So maybe we don't need Joule for that because we understand here what it's doing. So now what is our goal? Our goal is to finish the implementation of this ABAP class, right? We want to write a final method that combines these two existing ones, right? So maybe let's put some hands-on here. So I'm gonna press enter. Oh wow, that was really fast.
Because in the middle of the night, nobody is...
Yeah, I think no one is using the systems in the middle of the night, right? So yeah, as you can see here, Joule is already suggesting the next lines of code, so for the method definition. So I'm gonna, for me, it looks good. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna press tab. All right, so we have the method definition, and then we are gonna use the helper to implement the function.
Which is not AI assistant.
Which is not AI assistant, but and let's press tab again. And here, Joule is already suggesting us the next lines of code, of course, taking into consideration the context of the ABAP class that we are working with. And here we see that the two methods already implemented are called. All right, so I'm happy with that. So that's it, basically. So now we can activate the class. And so far, what we saw code explanation and we saw code completion. But I think we are missing something here, because if we go to the test classes, yeah, we need to test the code, of course. It's empty. So yeah, but luckily we have Joule here. So we can ask Joule to generate unit tests for us. So we go to the class. So we go to Joule, and we are going to start the ABAP unit test agent. And you can see here, Joule says, okay, this class doesn't contain any unit tests. So what do you want to do? Okay, let's add tests. Let's run and show the coverage. Of course, we don't have coverage here. And from here, because we have implemented a public method, so we are going to generate the unit test for this public method. So we are going to ask Joule again, generate unit test. Ha! Ha! I knew it.
Yes.
But no problem, we can fix it. So let's gonna restart again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sometimes happens.
That sometimes happens in the middle of the night, right?
There's something wrong with their demo video.
Yeah.
It's a live demo, right?
It's a live demo, so because we like to play with fire.
Yes.
So yeah, and we are gonna. So we are gonna.
You have still the coverage over there. You
yeah,
can just
about coverage.
jump over there in again.
So wait, wanna start here just in case. Start about unit agent. Add test.
Still, and it brings up the same IDs.
Okay, about coverage. All right.
Still nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So now is the truth. Generate unit test. All right.
Back in the game.
Back in the game. So yeah, as you can see here, Joule has generated unit tests for us. So we can now copy this code and go to the test classes and paste it basically. But we are in the driver's seat, so we need to really check if we need to correct it or not, right? So, and here we see that for the validate email valid is not taking the constant that is already defined in the class. So we are gonna go here. I'm gonna copy this fixed local domain. Go to the test classes and paste it here. And with that, yeah, we have already generated unit tests, and now we can basically execute them, right? So with test coverage, of course. And with coverage. Execute. And ta-da.
That is awesome, I have to say.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but to be honest, it was a tiny little example, right?
Exactly.
So it was a very small class. Well, it has kind of a bit of a business application, but it was pretty tiny. So you might argue, well, this is a handcrafted example, then it might work. But I have a different example for you as well, where we now switch a little bit the context. And now I'm going to be in the driver's seat. So we've seen ABAP explain ABAP code. We have seen code completion in action, and we have seen ABAP unit test generation. Now, if we have a different thing we would like to implement, we might go with a brand new ABAP cloud development model. We would like to do something in the context of ABAP RESTful application programming, and typically you're faced with core data services there. So this is an interface view, and that interface view, and that scrolls the wrong direction for me.
Oh, okay.
That interface view is called iBusiness Partner TP_3. So you might guess it has something to do with business partner, but it's a pretty long view. So I would do the same as Sebastian right now did. I would like to get some explanation from Joule what exactly that interface view does. So again, asking Joule.
I think we need to select,
to explain that.
I think we have
Sorry. I was on the wrong context.
now, perfect.
I was a little bit wrong, but there I think that explanation is also pretty good, right? Never checked it. But I'm interested in the business partner. And it will tell me, and it was also pretty fast, I would say that this is a CDS entity, and it is designed to provide a comprehensive view on business partner information. And it can also see which question it might serve for. So as I said, an interface view, so you might have guessed, that is the thing I would query for in ABAP Cloud programming. And I prepared a little example also in ABAP class again, and I would like to retry now the code completion now with an EML statement. So in ABAP Cloud programming model, typically you would have EML statements, being in the ABAP RESTful application programming. I would like to have an EML statement to read the business partner full name from that CDS view. I just saw that is pretty good, or pretty much exactly the interface view I was looking for. And now I press tab, and I want Joule to do something. And actually that is doing a select signal, which I am, as I'm in the driver's seat, know that is not the thing that I would like to do. So let me help Joule in order to get help from Joule back. So I would put in read entities, and let's give Joule a second try. And there you go. You see, it creates read entity, and that looks pretty good to me. It's reading the business partner entity, and it gives exactly the business partner ID I was seeking for in the comment. So I hinted to Joule with a comment, and I helped Joule in creating the first lines. And you can see that looks pretty good to me. I will activate that class and run it. And hopefully I will receive answers back from the database. And that exactly happened. So if I would now have a look on the database, it's actually Jane Miller. So, but typically what you would do, right, if you talk about AI assistants, or what most of you are used to, is not clicking on the context menu everywhere, but you would like to do direct chatting with the models. So that's also what I could do. I could just ask Joule, what is an EML statement? And I don't have a question mark. What is an EML statement? And just ask Joule, and Joule will hopefully give me the answer in quite no time. And you can see it's a little bit lengthy information, but that stands for Energy Manipulation Language, and that's part of the ABAP RESTful application programming model. Having said that, so we took you on the fast journey, having explained in there, code completion in there, having ABAP unit testing in there. When will it be there?
Yeah, that is the big question always. So all these features will be available by Q1 2025. So we are looking forward for that, of course. For the sake of the time, we couldn't demonstrate today, for example, ABAP AI SDK powered by ISLM, for example.
But that is the Empower.
But that is the Empower part, that's right. And here you can check the link to the Roma Explorer where you can find more information about the upcoming features.
So that was our fast journey on Joule with ABAP developer capabilities, which is our offering or how we aspire to improve the developer efficiency and also the developer satisfaction of the 5 million ABAP developers all around the globe. Yeah, exciting.
I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward for that. Yeah, we are not the only ones with AI topics in ABAP, so please go and check out the blog post from our colleague Karin and the other tech session as well, right?
Yes.
And yeah, and with that, I think we are ready for Q&A. If there are a few questions for us.
Yeah, maybe all of the questions were already answered. Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
And yeah, awesome. Let's have a look on the question. The question with the many votes, right? While SAP's Joule AI boosts coding efficiency, how does SAP avoid generating monolithic code and ensure adherence to software engineering paradigms like modularity and composition over inherence? So that is a good question. I mean, one thing is developer task at hand, so the tiny little task I am doing right now, and still I'm in the driver's seat, so I can not think that Joule will give me, when I'm encoding, really asking, now give me the full architecture. As said, we are in the driver's seat, right? So we need to have an architecture of how we would like to build. Of course, we can also train Joule on helping us out with architectural paradigms, but it is not a genie in the bottle. It will not just give you a full-blown application with the best architecture just with no click. I mean, you need to have a good idea of what you're implementing there and what you're using there. Of course, you can ask you, hey, what's the best thing I can use in that situation? Are there services that I can use and so on and so forth? So it is helping you, but it is really helping you, and it's not taking away your job. It's not doing everything you are currently doing.
Maybe the next one. Can Joule help with creating the actual regular expression? Yeah, of course. We can ask in the chat and say, okay, please give me a regular expression to validate, for in our example, the email address. So yeah.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, regular expressions are kind of
chaotic.
Yeah, chaotic. Yeah. And I mean, again, you're in the driver's seat. You need to know what this regular expression does. I mean, you can put in unit tests in there, but you should at least know what the regular expression does when you deliver then finally your business application and your business services.
Yeah.
And maybe one last one, right? So how is Joule trained for the RAP BOs and APIs for performing EML for CRUD? Does it refer to Business Acceleration Hub, or will it refer to RAP BOs itself in the system? Now, so Joule, underlying Joule, and that is something which is lacking from today's presentation. So what the Joule with ABAP developer capabilities actually does, it uses the ABAP AI SDK powered by ISLM to finally talk to a large language model on generative AI hub. And while you are querying Joule or the large language model, you are not training or fine-tuning the model. The model itself has been trained, maybe fine-tuned, and we have prompt engineering, of course, in there. So it's not getting trained on the job. It already has its information. What you can actually also put in, and that is something which is not there in Q1 next year maybe, are things like RAG services, vector engines, and so on and so forth, where you can enhance the knowledge and boost Joule in the right direction in order to help you.
Yeah, and with that, I think thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, I'm looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good time. Enjoy TechEd.
Bye.
Bye.